Congratulations! You are preparing to install the most effective method of heating water using the Eccotemps tankless water heater. In just a few minutes, you'll learn that this installation is almost as easy as the money you'll save on your energy bills. The serial number is located in 3 places: the box, the rating plate, and the package containing your use and care manual. Before we get started, it's good to check to make sure everything you need is here and that the unit is not damaged. You also want to check to make sure that the gas type that you need is the same gas type that's located here on the rating plate.
Warning: do not attempt to convert this water heater for use with a different type of gas than the type shown on the rating plate. Such conversion could result in hazardous operation.
2 adapters, an extra filter screen, 2 wall anchor screws, 4 washers, 4 wood screws, a remote control assembly kit which comes with a bracket, your use and care manual. Everything we need is here. Let's look at the tools you'll need for the installation of your tankless water heater. A crescent wrench, a pipe wrench, a pipe cutter, a flathead and Phillips head screwdrivers, Teflon tape, and enough piping insulation to protect any exposed pipes from the elements. If you choose to install the water heater yourself, your warranty will not be affected as long as you follow all the proper procedures and comply with pertinent codes and regulations. Carefully follow all the procedures and safety precautions detailed in the Installation, Use and Care Manual. If you do not completely understand any of the instructions, please seek professional advice. Any questions regarding the operation, maintenance, service, or warranty of this water heater should be directed back to the manufacturer. You can find Eccotemps' number located in the manual.
You should also read, fully understand, and comply with all relevant codes and standards as well as federal, state, and local building, electric, and gas codes.
Installation of our tankless water heater is a moderately difficult do-it-yourself project and should take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours depending on prep work. Let's look at the installation from start to finish. This model water heater is for outdoor installation only, and it should be mounted on a vertical wall. Its position chosen with service and safety in mind. The water heater must be located so that it's not subject to any physical damage, like moving vehicles, area flooding, etc. The water heater must be installed vertically with the water, gas, and power connections on the underside, pointing toward the ground. Failure to properly install the unit outdoors as outlined in the manual can result in unsafe operation. Do not install the water heater near vents for heating or cooling. A minimum of 4 feet should be maintained. Install the water heater according to the clearances stated in the manual. In mounting your water heater, you want to make sure you have enough room to allow for easy access and operation. Wall studs should be utilized when mounting your water heater to the wall. In case of drywall or concrete wall, drywall anchors or lag bolts should be used. Now we start by inserting a wood screw into our wall. Now we want to leave an 1/8 of an inch clearance between the wall and the screw head. This is going to allow us enough room to hang our unit on the screw head. Now before you finish securing the unit to the wall, you want to make sure that the water heater is level. Now using 2 wood screws, attach your lower bracket. 2 more wood screws and our unit will be secure.
Important: do not apply heat to hot or cold water connections. If sweat connections are used, sweat tubing to adapter before fitting the adapter to the water connections on heater. Any heat applied to the water supply fittings will permanently damage the internal components of the water heater.
Plumbing should be accomplished by a qualified plumber and in accordance with all local codes. All water and gas connections You should use a Teflon tape or some other approved sealant. Your water heater, you should use metal connections, even when you're using PEX or other plastic piping. To conserve energy and prevent freezing, you want to insulate both your hot and cold water supply lines. You do that by just wrapping the insulation around the line, but be careful not to cover up your drain valve. To ensure proper operation, this unit requires a minimum water pressure of 14 psi and a minimum flow rate of 0.66 gallons per minute. For convenient service and draining purposes, it's best to install a shutoff valve near the inlet of the water heater.
Note, do not use pipes with smaller diameters than the water supply connection of the water heater, not less than a ½ inch.
Now, before connecting your water supply pipe, you actually want to remove the filter and then open up the shutoff valve. What this is going to do is help to clean out any debris, air, or sand, caulking materials out of that pipe. All right, now let's connect the water inlet and check our water flow. Now be sure to connect your water inlet and your hot water outlet as indicated on the bottom of your water heater. If this is reversed, the unit will not function. If metal pipe is used for water connections, unions must be installed for ease of service.
Note, a new pressure relief valve complying with the standard for relief valves and automatic gas shutoff devices for water heater supply systems, ANSI Z21 and 22, should be installed at the hot water outlet connection of the water heater at the time of installation. Local codes shall govern the installation of relief valves.
This is a pressure-only relief valve. If local codes require both temperature and pressure valves, we may need to add an extension piece right here. A shutoff valve is located at the gas meter, another here close to the unit. Now you want to make sure your gas supply line is a 3/4 inch clean black steel pipe. Other approved materials may be used. Now it's time to test our work under normal pressures before we put our unit into operation. Now what I have here is just a soapy mixture, and I'm going to apply that to my connections to ensure there are no leaks. Great, no bubbles. Bubbles would have indicated a leak. A leak would have meant we had to go back and correct our job. To make sure, we should test for leaks at all connections before we put our unit into operation. This unit requires 120 volts AC, 60 Hertz. Now that we've hung our unit, let's see how we did. Install outdoors. This location is close to the most used outlet, a kitchen to the right, the laundry room just inside the door, and a bathroom to the left. Clearance from combustible materials. Sufficient fresh air for proper operation. Area is protected from flooding and likely damage. Here we have enough space to properly service the unit. The vent piping is clear of clutter, and of course our unit is properly attached to the wall. Do we have sufficient pressure? We sure do. Has the air been purged from the piping and the heater? All connections are tight and free of leaks. The water filter is clean and in place. Gas supply matches rating plate. Gas pressure is sufficient to operate the water heater. We have included the shutoff valve union and, where necessary, a sediment trap. Discharge line protected from freezing. Relief valve is properly installed and discharge line run to open drain. Outlet is weather protected. GFI indicator is on. During the burn-in phase on startup the first time, allow the unit to run a minimum of 2 minutes without interruption. Congratulations! Now that you've installed your Eccotemp tankless water heater, you've reduced your potential for hot water problems and you've reduced your cost. Now I think it's time for that hot shower. Take care.